Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. I do apologize about my recent upload schedule. I know I haven't uploaded in a long time. This is the first video I've released of FIFA 21. I do apologize. Now, I moved house, as you can see, lots happened. Now, I do still stream daily over on Twitch. If you guys want to check me out, my links will be down below. I also got a TikTok for highlights nowadays. Over on Twitch, I'd like to think high-end gameplay anyways. And of course, I do a fair bit of trading over there too. This is a full RTG, my team right here, you can see. Now, getting straight into the custom tactics though, I'll quickly show you guys what we're working with. Now, I'll start off with my main formation I use. I use this formation for my last 15 matches. So when I started coming against really high-end players. This is a 4-2-3-1 narrow. I play balanced, width 6, depth 5. Depth, I don't like it to be too low. I like to try winning the ball, preferably in their half if possible. Width, I leave on 6. I know a lot of people don't tend to have this too high because they're scared of people going through the middle. In reality, I think if you have your holding middle and stay back to cover the centre, I feel like having the width on 6 isn't too bad. I feel like wing play is very important this year, so I like that to be covered. And on offense, I have long ball, width 5, players in box 6. Now, long ball, one of my viewers jokingly said to try it, and man, am I glad I tried it. It made a big difference for me. I've never liked 4-2-3-1. I always see pros playing it. I've never really understood it. I just always seen it as a safe boring formation. With long ball, it's been a super direct formation, right? I've been able to play my kind of pace I want to play at. I'm not a defensive possession player. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if I could play possession like the pros do or the high-end players do, I would love to learn it, right? But I simply can't keep up with those players. So I think the long ball is super important. And players in the box, I just like to put, when I get to the edge of the box, I want players not to be sitting around. I want them to get inside, for my holding mids to push up, and then give a bunch of passing options around the edge of the box, right? And of course, offering up extra passes into the center. Now, as you can see, it's a narrow 4-2-3-1 I use. My striker I have on target man, and now you'll see this quite often. Target man, I don't see it around many custom tactics that I've seen, at least from last year. I haven't really looked at any tactics videos this year, but I at least know this year. It's actually another streamer that recommended me this target man. I used to always assume they just get into the box a lot for headers. I don't know. I always had a weird idea of what it really meant. Don't ask why. But yeah, it's actually really good because it offers you an extra pass here and there, right? When you put the ball in at your cams, and instead of going back the way with a Mbappe, instead of having them on getting behind, I have them on target man, so they come short and offer up passes, a passing option, which I think is super important. Because when Mbappe drops off as a target man, it gives Neymar, Rashford, and Saint Max, or your free cams of your choice, space to get in behind, right, or time to get in behind. So I feel like target man was important this week. Neymar I leave on all balanced. My 2 wide cams I have on get into the box. That's the only thing I changed here. I think it's very important as well. I feel like crossing is actually pretty good this year for 1, and for 2, if their fullbacks are slacking, you're almost always getting a tap in or a pass option with your cams getting into the box, right? Your 2 holding mids, I have both on cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, and cover center. Now, anyone who watches custom tactics videos will know this is pretty standard, nothing crazy here. Now, again, I use this when I played against higher end players, when I didn't feel super confident. If you're confident enough to play, before I say this actually, I like to have 1 box to box, which was Plinio, and 1 anchor on holding mid as Allen. If you have a box to box and you're more confident, put Plinio or your box to box on balance. I feel like that can make a big difference with passing options if you're sitting around the edge of the box a lot. Plinio will make a bunch of runs that they just won't tend to track. My 2 fullbacks, again, pretty standard, both on stay back. I do have one overlap. Again, I feel like wing play is super important, so I want them being as wide as possible. And that's what I use for my main for champs matches. Now, this one was recommended to me by a YouTuber / streamer. He's called Shane Watson, top guy. known him for a long time now. I was struggling in rivals at the time. I just wanted to try something fresh and new. He recommended these tactics. Honestly, I mean, I don't know where you got them from, but so I'm not specifically saying he made them up or anything. I'll just a little disclaimer for that, right? But he gave me these tactics. He was the reason why I won my first 10-15 matches. Because a lot of the time, I'll come against relatively easy opponents, but I'll struggle to break them down or get those purely goals. With this formation, I feel like it kind of just put my easier opponents who would maybe get lucky against me, it kind of put them to bed, right? So I put pressure on heavy touch. I left most of this on default, just 5-5. And you could say to put this 5-6 if you were comfortable putting the width up. Didn't make a big difference to me. Fast build up surprisingly worked a lot better than I thought it would. I thought fast build up I'd have no real options because everyone would be up the park too fast and I'd lose the ball a lot in midfield or in defence. Wasn't the case at all. Against high-end players, it was a struggle because they would cover a lot of passing options. So it did become quite difficult, but early on this formation was great. It is the narrow 4-2 that I use. Both strikers on getting behind, purely with fast build up. You want to be looking forward and forward only, right? The only time you pass back is when you really have to. So yeah, a lot of time I'd give the ball to my holding mids or cams and just launch it through to Neymar and Mbappe. My two cams, same as last time, both just get into the box for the same sort of reasons. There's extra options in the box. Also leaves Alan and plenty more space in the midfield to pass around. Again, same sort of idea here. My anchor, cover passing lanes, stay back, and cover centre, which is standard, pretty standard as well. My other holding mid, which is my box to box, I actually, again, this is when I play against players I feel better than, where I feel confident. I leave on balanced, and just cover centre, which means Plinio goes further up the park, and Plinio actually scored a few goals from him never being marked. That extra man into the late run never really got covered. Both fullbacks stay back while attacking and overlap. Now, if you have them unbalanced, for sure you might get the odd occasional goal or the extra little pass here or there that won't get covered, but the reward isn't worth the risk in my opinion, because you will get caught out a lot doing that. So I stay safe with that and have them to stay back. Now this formation was from another Twitch streamer. Again, disclaimer, I don't know if he created this, but he gave me the incentive to try it, with the reasoning to try it, and I had quite a lot of fun with it. Now, the links for these streamers or YouTubers will be down below. Patty, he got Elite 1, he recommended this formation. Shane Watson was the YouTuber who recommended the last one. Great guy too. Both great players, so definitely worth checking them out, right? Now, with this 4-5-1, I played balanced, 6 width, 5 depth. Again, width, like you guys know, I like to have it quite high to counter wing play. But all this was just pretty much balanced. I always put players in box up by 1 because I like to attack a lot. I left most of this unbalanced, to be honest with you, because it's a new formation. I've never really tried it. It is the 4-5-1 variation 2, so it's a flat one, which you don't see around too often. I'm seeing more and more players beginning to try it out, and honestly, it's a lot of fun. I don't play a ton of matches with it, but I definitely feel like if you're a possession player and you haven't liked my first two, my really direct formations, give this one a try. Alright, because I know Patty is quite a possession player, and I know it works wonders for him, and I enjoyed it, but I don't feel like I could compete at the same sort of level as a lot of high-end players, right? But I like to have this option, this formation as an option. The way I've got it set up might be slightly different from Patty, but it's still the same sort of idea, right? Now again, this target man instruction came from Patty, he recommended it, and it's worked wonders. Again, with this 4-5-1, you want to keep keeping the ball a lot. Mbappe comes short, holds up the ball, leaving players like Neymar, Rashford, Saint getting behind. My two winning mids here, both to stay back, both cover centre, the usual sort of stuff. My wingers, I have on getting behind. Again, purely for getting behind. For when the ball goes out wide to my fullback, I can just launch it in behind. This is for Rashford and Saint Max, both getting behind. If you're a pretty safe player, you can put on both on comeback and defence to cover the wings even better. I left him unbalanced. Neymar, this for me is the most crucial one. Alright, I have unbalanced, get into the box for crossing and free roam. What this does is this is similar to a Paulinho role from the last formation. He gets into the box almost, now this one's even more advanced, this Neymar one, right? He gets into the box a lot more. Almost every run he makes, a lot of time it's like a ghost run, and most of the AI won't even notice it. So if the opponent's not good enough, he's not going to notice that Neymar run, and Neymar's going to go unmarked when he makes those late runs into the box. And fullbacks, standard, stay back while attacking and overlap. And my very last formation is the 4-1-2-1-2. This one, I'll be honest, I rarely ever use. If I'm ever losing, I would just put constant pressure, fast build up on another formation. This one is quite fun though. It's 4-1-2-1-2 has always been my favorite formation from previous years, so that's why I have it here. Just simple, constant pressure, 6 width, 7 depth, fast build up, 6 width, 8 players in the box. Is a narrow 4-1-2-1-2. Both strikers getting behind Neymar, stay forward. Both centre mids are on balance. A holding mid is on balance as well. I like my entire midfield free to just kind of push up the park as well. Now I've left, hold on. I have both wide centre mids on cover wing because I also leave both fullbacks on balanced overlap. So when they're on balanced and fast build up, they get up the park almost 99% of the time. And yeah, it pretty much overloads their entire box a lot of the time, or their defense. And with the fullbacks pushing up, since so many players are narrow, there's always a passing option, literally always. So I think this is a great formation if you really need a goal when you're kind of panicking a little. Again, I wouldn't really recommend it though. It's just kind of like a all or nothing sort of formation, really. But yeah, that is all the formations I used. 4-2-3-1 and 4-2-2 were pretty important to me, I'm not gonna lie. Now, this is my first YouTube video back, so any support shown on it is greatly appreciated. If you've enjoyed it, let me know for sure in the comments. If you have any recommended videos you'd like me to see, for example, my last 10 FUT Champs matches, again, put that down below, or anything like that. Again, I do stream on Twitch from 6 PM UK time every single night for around 5 hours or so be sure to check me out there too. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you all next time.